Welcome to our series on clean energy and energy efficiency. Throughout the series we will have some short 5-minute to 10-minute lessons on key concepts and best practices for you to do in your school as well as your community. Today we're going to study about why we have daytime and nighttime as well as the seasons each year. The orange ball represents our sun, the blue and green ball represents our earth. Each day our earth rotates around its own axes once around. So in 24 hours it goes around and rotates on its axes once. When it's the side closest to the sun is daytime, the side away from the sun is nighttime. Once a year our earth will orbit around our sun, and that defines 1 year. One rotation around itself is 1 day. One orbit around the sun is defined as 1 year. So why do we have seasons? Well, our earth is tilted on its axis by 23 degrees. The side that is tilted in the north, we have North Pole here, South Pole here. In the summertime, as you can see, sees the sun go across the sky at very high angle, meaning that the daytime is much longer, and that's why we typically get a little hotter weather during the summer time. In the winter, on the other side, you'll see that the northern hemisphere is now a little bit farther up and away from the angle of the sun is much lower, whereas in the southern hemisphere in the winter time, when it's winter in the north, it's quote summer in the southern hemisphere, because now the sun is at a very high angle across the sky. And so as it rotates around and orbits the sun once a year, in summary we get 1 day and night in one rotation each day. Every 24 hours the earth will rotate on itself once, and we get a year when it orbits around the sun in one orbit. And the reason we get the season is because we have a tilt. A little interesting fact is that if we did not have any tilt, zero tilt, we actually wouldn't have different seasons, because as you can see, the angle of the sun, depending on where you're at on the earth, is always the same. No matter where you're at, if you have no tilt in the axes of the earth, we actually don't have different seasons. So the reason we have seasons is because the earth is tilted, and depending on where it's orbiting around the sun, you'll have a different angle with which the sun goes across the sky. So that's a very interesting fact, and thank you.